Hi cuties! If no one has told you already today, I want you to know that somebody's feeling you. For those of you that are new, welcome, I am Jem, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be discussing how are they currently feeling about you. So, in pick a card readings, you can view them how you like. You could watch the whole video, or you could watch whatever pile catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. You decide your own future, you have your own free will, and also know I read quite differently. I tend to read very candidly and honest, so there may be some deep messages. Before we hop right into the video, I want to let you guys know the different ways you could help on my channel. One is subscribing, giving a like, and another is I just recently reached 1,000 subscribers, so I could actually play ads now on my videos. And a really helpful thing to support the channel is just clicking the ads, I believe, and then just you don't have to do anything with that, but you could just return to the video, and I believe that helps support my channel. So I would really appreciate that. Also, I have a DEPOP where I sell personal readings. Every single deck you see on my channel is listed there. 20 minutes of any deck you like, unlisted for your eyes only. I also have an Amazon wish list of any decks that I desire if you are feeling generous. And know that any donations are extremely appreciated but not expected. I thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this video. So let's hop into the reading. First, I want to talk about what I'm wearing, because I feel like I choose a lot of rings that I feel called to use. I currently do not have my nails done. I know they look no bueno, but I'm kind of doing like a natural, I need to regrow out my nails, and I'm gonna wait till they grow out and then start painting them, because I don't know what's up with me, but I tend to like just peel them off. I have a snake ring, this like pretty snake ring that I'm wearing for our video. And then I have this little thumb ring that's like a bit chunky. I don't know why I'm like I want to wear like chunky rings today, but I'm also wearing this ring. Don't mind this cut I have. And then I'm wearing this bracelet that's like also like a chunky, nice bracelet. So yeah, that might be some messages within that, like the snake could be something significant. So let's hop into the piles. I shuffled each deck asking to represent the person you're thinking about, and like the person's whose feelings we are going to be channeling, the person you're thinking about. So for pile 1, we have this crystal here, this beautiful crystal. I believe it's ocean calcite. I believe that's what it's called. I sell them actually on my Depop. This one I am selling. It is called C4. If you are looking to buy it, you can buy on my Depop. And then I have the Divine, what is it called? The Tarot of the Divine Tarot deck here. And the card we got is the Hermit in reverse, which is Virgo. Specifically, the Hermit card represents Virgo. And the person, I just want to look real quick. What does this person represent? Who is this person? Where's the Hermit card? The Hermit is in reverse, reckless, hasteness, avoidance, lonely, rejection. So this person could currently be acting very haste. They could be maybe acting a little recklessly recently. Also, they could be quite avoidant. They could be avoiding you, maybe very lonely right now, and they could also possibly be experiencing rejection. So if that represents your person and who we are trying to channel their feelings, you may want to pick pile 1. Okay, next we have is pile 2. We also have another ocean calcite, I believe. It's the same one as the one we just saw. This one's a little bit more bluish. This one's more green, like the ocean. And looks like the beach. So if that might be significant. And the card that we got is the Page of Swords. That's so funny because I literally shuffled this card like 3 times, this deck 3 times, and we still got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords could be significant. This person could be a air sign. So Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords represents upright curiosity, vigilance, readiness, mental dexterity, communication. So this could be someone who is good at communicating or learning to get better at communication. This person could also be ready for something, like they're starting to like boss up and get more ready for some sort of journey. I think also there could be some sort of curiosity, like this person could be very curious, and they may be getting building more of a mental dexterity. Like they're building more mentally. If that represents your person, you may want to pick pile 2. Next, we have pile 3. We have another ocean calcite, but this one's rough, just chopped up. It also looks like the ocean. It's just a little bit more, it's also more the same color, like more greenish. And then the card we got to represent the person that we are channeling is Judgment. This beautiful Judgment card. And the Judgment card represents literally upright is judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution. And this person could be someone who has a strong sense of purpose in life, who is authentic, genuine to themselves. They could also be a person who's very active in the community or a spiritual undertaking. Judgment personalities will often find themselves in a state of constant transformation, feeling a sense of fiery aspect of this card, pushing them to keep going. Even if they do not understand what motivates them to continue. So they're constantly like always continuing, always transforming, and have a strong sense of purpose in life. Very authentic, very genuine. So if that represents your person, you may want to pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into the reading, starting with pile 1. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose the Hermit card in reverse as well as the thumbnail, this will be your reading on how are they currently feeling about you. So we have some oracles here. I'm going to start off with some oracles. So the connecting energy, the energy of the connection is the Orphan. So this is going to go in between both connections. These are the cards that I pulled, oracle cards that are supposed to represent you and your energy. This is just to help you understand if this is your pile or not, if this is your reading or not. So these cards are supposed to represent you. So, actually no. These cards are supposed to represent the other person, sorry. I mean, I guess it could be an A-B situation. If you feel more that you resonate with this side, then so be it. Try to like take the reading as vice versa. But I shuffled the cards with this side representing pile 1, so representing you. And the other cards are supposed to represent your person. So anyways, we have first the Deer in reverse came here. Then this is supposed to represent your highest self, your higher self. And then your shadow self is represented of the fire ants. I asked, what are the emotions you have towards this connection? We have anxiety. And then we have liberate, asking how do you feel about, or how do you feel towards this connection? We have liberate, what reminds me I'm free. So in reverse. Next section, we have the cards that represent them. We got the golden egg to represent their highest self. We got the turtle to represent their shadow self. And then we have fear to represent the emotions they have about the connection. And then we have defend in reverse to represent how do they feel about, or what do they feel towards this connection. And we have defend, and we have am I fully claiming my authority? So, off the bat, I do want to look at these cards real quick because I didn't get the chance to fully check it out. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, pile 1. So, like I said, this pile is supposed to represent you. This pile is supposed to represent your person. If it doesn't, if you feel it's vice versa, then take it as vice versa. But I'm going to talk about the overall energy that is in this pile, in this reading. So the overall energy that we have in this reading is represented by the orphan. And basically the orphan represents the hurt child. It says the wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. And since it's like off balance, there could be a lot of possible wounded inner child between the both of you. Like you both may have wounded inner children based on possible like upbringing or just like some things that, like for example, I specifically thought of abandonment issues because we do have the abandoned. Like specifically written for the orphan. And it's funny because I have the snake on my finger and we have an illustration of a snake around the child. I think also there could be a lot of, if you ever heard of the expression, especially for like people who faced a lot of childhood trauma, tend to see life with a more shadow or more like cracked view on life. Like they see life through cracked goggles. And like kids who have like, you know, healthy upbringings see life through rose colored glasses. And then kids who face difficulties look at life with more of a cracked lens. And I feel like the both of you may do that and may see more of a, see life in a more of a possible negative view. Like you see more of like, you expect the worst, or you may feel the worst, or like you predict the worst. That could be something. I think also it says because it's off balance, this says the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are facing collective isolation, refuge, crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from their families. The earth begs for our attention. We are in time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. This is a normal card to fear as it haunts the caverns of our soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be present of the feelings this card stirs within you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What have you been rejecting? That is quite possibly what you need most. And then, since it's in dark because it's off balance, we have distant, hates and avoids, controlling, limiting. So I think the both of you may face those types of challenges. There could be a lot of negative energy surrounding the two of you because of possible negative perceptions or limiting views or sense of needing to control the situation may be causing some issues or causing more of like a reawakening within the two of you. Like you guys may help each other reflect more deeply within yourself. So anyways, I'm going to talk more about you. Specifically, we have the deer in reverse and we have the fire ant. I think the deer, so the deer's in reverse, so usually I would take this more of as a, I usually take this as a shadow, but because it's in the higher self, I think something more specifically it's saying for the deer is that I think you may be very concerned about this person. I think you might also like to protect this person or want to protect this person. I think you may be more of a motherly, nurturing, compassionate love, because it talks about the deer as being representative of the mother. You could be literally like a mother to this person. You could be someone who maybe like represents more of like a mother figure to them, or just more like you help discipline them possibly, or it could also just be like you help support them like a mother would. So that could be something significant. They may look up to you like a mother. This person may look up to you. We also have the fire ant in the shadow aspects. There could be some heat related to this situation that is causing you a lot of anger, a lot of maybe a little bit repressed anger. There could be some like holding on to the situation longer than you have to, and just like upsetness. Hold on, let me see. Where is the fire ant? So the fire ant represents aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. And then we have argues, excessive heats, and gossip. So I think there could definitely be, this person may be surrounded a lot of, by a lot of excessive heat, maybe towards this person. There could be some sort of anger. And we also have, there could be some sort of argument. There could be some sort of gossiping. Excuse me. There could be some sort of gossiping about this person. And I think this card is supposed to bring out asking you, like, what exactly are you feeling? What is causing this anger? How can you find your, like, ask yourself what is actually stewing? You know, what kind of emotions are stewing within you? What about this person, or what about the situation? And why do you feel the need to hold on to it? Is it like, and then also like, is this something that you can express freely and communicate in order to resolve? Also, I think this talks about like, it says gossiping and blaming are few indicators that the misaligned fire ant energy is at play. So you could possibly be like, there could be possible blaming or possible gossiping about the situation that may not be doing justice and maybe causing a little bit more heat than there has to be. But I think overall, this situation for you can be quite liberating. I think this is maybe happening because there could be a lot of anxiety you may have towards the situation, and possibly because of this, you know, orphan past issues you may face of, like I said, abandonment, or just like issues of feeling there could be some sort of limiting belief or control. I feel like control playing a part in this situation. That might needs to be reflected on and thought about. So something specific could be like you could be having a lot of anxiety and that's what's causing the anger. And it could be like you are anxious about something that might be a limiting belief you may have, or could be needing the sense of control of the situation, might be causing you this anxiety. And then we have liberating, and it says, what reminds me that I'm free? I think this is something that's saying like a piece of advice to remind. I think pile 1 might be feeling more liberating about the situation, like, especially if they addressed it, or you may be feeling liberated about gossiping about it. Like, for example, in some way that might feel like you're getting it off your chest, and that could be something that's liberating. But if that doesn't resonate, I think this card is just like reminding you that it's like you are free. You are not, somebody that needs to be in the shackles of somebody else's energy, somebody else's, control, somebody else's limiting beliefs. You are free to think freely. You are free to act freely. You are free to feel freely, and communicate freely as well. So that could be something significant. With that, let's move on to this person. So with this person, I think this person they're representative of the golden egg, and this talks about the heart chakra. So I think in their heart, there could be a lot. This person could be feeling a lot in their heart, or following a lot within their heart. I think they could definitely be trying to find the messages within their heart. I think their highest self is somebody who gets a lot of messages from their heart and like listens to what their heart tries to tell them. I think also this person could be someone that takes their time with things. They don't rush into things. They don't fold with time. They like quiet, and they like to, slowly move through things patiently. And especially since we have the turtle here, and the turtle represents that as well. Like somebody who, they are grounded, but they are able to still move quite slowly, because it's like a blend of the water elements and the earth elements. It's not like they're fully slow, but it's like they move a little bit slower than a water sign would. I think also this is like, the golden egg is supposed to represent someone who isolates a little bit. This is reminding me of the Hermit card, because we do have the Hermit. And so this reminds me of like going within, reflecting, doing some introspection, moving slowly, thinking deep, not rushing into things, contemplation. But then the shadow self, I think, is representing this person maybe is stuck right now. They could be stuck in a situation and not moving at all. And possibly out of fear. There could be something with fear that is causing them, the reason to why they're not moving forward. And I think with this situation, how they feel towards this situation, I think with this liberating, another thing I wanted to say, I think this person may have some sort of awakening about this situation. I know that this is supposed to represent you. This could represent you. If it doesn't, then maybe this is. But this card is supposed to represent for this person that this person may feel liberated about the situation. Like, this situation could have already been resolved, or already discussed, or already talked about. And it's like this person feels like they had a sense of an awakening, and like, oh, wow, like, actually, we were able to easily, communicate, and I feel a lot better about the situation. And maybe this person is like, they're teaching themselves not to be as anxious, or not to be so worried. And, you could have an easy communication and talk with this person. So maybe it was very liberating, and it taught this person, a lot that, hey, like, I was worried so much about this, but in reality, like, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And now I feel more free to, discuss and communicate more freely. With this person, I think this person is possibly having fear. They could be feeling stuck and having fear about defending their authority. I think this person might be someone who might see themselves a lot as like possibly like a pushover, or they could feel like they don't really stand up for themselves or respect themselves much. So this could be something that they're like, am I respecting myself fully in this situation? Did I fully, set my boundaries and fully explain how I'm feeling and fully defend my authority and really, respect myself in this conversation? So this could be something that maybe they're not fully over just yet. They're still trying to figure out, like, do they feel good about the situation? Are they able to continue? or do they need to express a little bit more thoroughly about what it is that they're feeling in order to fully defend their authority? I think they could be someone who's learning to speak up more for themselves, more respectfully and slowly. And I think this person moves very slowly. I think they may feel a little bit stuck, though, out of fear of defending themselves and needing to be a little bit more thorough with defending themselves. So we have a lot of green, and it's a lot of like more of like a yellowish, cautious type of green. So yeah, definitely anxiety is involved. I think also this is more of like a grounding, and we also have heart chakra represents the green. So like, I think of also being a little bit, I think there is a more compassion between this connection, and I think you both are being very compassionate with each other because there could be an understanding of this orphan element here, and you guys could relate a lot to each other, and this could be something that maybe you guys are bringing, you know, being very compassionate to each other, but also trying to communicate, you know, how you're feeling or communicate something that maybe was bothering you. Okay, so let's pull some messages. I'm going to pull one red message for each and then one yellow message. So one love message and one communication message. I'm going to shuffle these 3 times just so we can get a thorough cleanse for pile 1, because we were channeling for pile 1, please. All right, so we're going to pull one for here and then one for there. What does the deer want to say to their person? 1, 2, 3 in this pile. We have is interested in someone else in reverse. This could be representing this person's not interested in, you know, trying to end this relationship and like find someone else. This doesn't have to be a love reading. This could just be like this person, if it is a love reading, this person could just be interested in someone else and they could be setting like a boundary. But it could also be that this person is just like not interested in the person deep down and maybe they don't share it. Or this could also just represent this person isn't interested in somebody else and they're just like, because it could be the opposite because we do have it in reverse. So this could just be meaning like this person doesn't want to like find any other, you know, if it's a friend connection, they're not looking to like end this friendship and find another friend. And if it's a relationship, this person's not willing. They're like, I'm not, just because we got into one fight, it's not like I'm trying to jump ships or something. So I guess that's something you need to like figure out what exactly that means to you and how does it resonate for you. But let's pull another one for your person. 1, 2, 3. We have stay away in reverse. So this person could possibly be feeling like they need to stay away from you, or maybe they're feeling like they need some distance from you. This kind of makes me feel like they could be fearful that maybe they need to stay away because maybe they feel like things are going to escalate and become worse. Or this could be something that they are, I think this is more of like their fear. I think they're feeling very limited. Like, I don't think this is something to really be afraid of. I think it's just that they're afraid because of possible past hurt. And this, like I said, this row is supposed to represent you. So this is representing how you are feeling, dear. And, so take it how it represents towards you. Like, how do you feel about this message? All right, next we have the communication cards. I'm already 20 minutes into the reading. That's crazy. I didn't mean to talk that much. All right. How does the deer like, give me a conversation, or give me a communication card that represents what they would want to say to their person, that deer would want to say to their person. 1, 2, 3. Talking to a stranger. Okay, so definitely if this is you, this could be you're not interested in them, and this could be you're talking to somebody else. Like, you're talking to a stranger. You could be talking to someone new. Okay, now, whoever this person is, or your person, I'm going to pull a card of something that they would want to say to you. 1, 2. We have communication is key. I think this person definitely wants to communicate better with you, or communicate more with you, and possibly communicate more about something specific. Okay, I'm going to clean off these cards and we're going to get into your tarot. So let me move these cards away. Hop into more of your tarot. Okay, so the first row we're going to represent, it's going to represent how they currently feel about you in the past. How do they feel about you in the past? How did they feel about you in the past? 1, 2, 3. We have Temperance. What did they want to say to you in the past? What did they want to say to you in the past? What did they want to say to you in the past? Eight of Swords. Okay, how do they feel about you present? How are they currently feeling about you? How are they currently feeling about you? 2. Give me another card that represents how they are currently feeling about you. How are they currently feeling about you? 2, 3. King of Wands. Okay, next row is what do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? 2, 3. Okay, Queen of Swords. And lastly, we have how do they feel about you in the future? Like, how do they feel about you in the future? Like, how are they going to feel about you in the future? And, how do they think they're going to feel about you in the future? We have 6 of Coins. Okay. And then I want to pull out the feeling cards. Give me one moment. Okay, we're gonna shuffle these. Actually, we don't need to shuffle them, they're fine. Because this is off the, what we just did. Okay, so we're gonna pull a feeling card here, 2 feeling cards here, and another one here. How do they feel about you in the past? 2, 3. Caution. How do they feel about you present? How do they feel about you now? How do they feel about you now? Fear. Yeah, so we just got that card 2 before, so definitely I think the second pile is supposed to represent them. 2, 3. How do they feel about you now? 1. We have another yellow card, Hunger. Okay, and how do they feel about you in the future? How do they feel about you in the future? Reflection. Okay, I'm gonna move the cards so you can see them better. Just give me one moment. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Alright, we're gonna now use this deck. Hold on, let me shuffle these real quick. Give us 2 cards to help us further understand what they want to say. What did they want to say in the past, and what do they want to say now? To you. To pile 1. What do they want to say to pile 1 in the past? What do they want to say to pile 1 now? 2, 3. Okay. What did they want to say to pile 1 in the past? 2. Philosophy. Okay. What did they want to say to Pile 1 now. What do they want to say to pile 1 now? 1, 2. Scorpio in reverse. Right. I think there's a lot of gut. There could be like a gut issue. I'm just thinking like someone could be possibly having a gut issue. Because we do have a lot of yellow, and that I think represents the solar plexus. Solar plexus chakra. Yeah, so I'm gonna organize these cards and we're gonna hop into it. So, from what I see here, we're gonna talk about how they feel about you, or how did they feel about you in the past first. So how did they feel about you in the past? We got the Temperance card. We have conflict, hostility, frustration, impatience, reluctant, and we have caution. So I think they may have saw you in the past as someone, they may have saw you as conflict. You guys obviously may have had some sort of conflict in the past. I mean, we did have like anger in the last card, and there was definitely some sort of beef. Like it seemed like there was some sort of anger or like some sort of beef that was going on. I think this person may have saw you in the past as someone to be cautious of. Like maybe they were afraid of you. They're like, oh, I don't know if I could trust this person. I'm feeling cautious about this person. I think they might have also saw you as someone who's a little bit more hostile or just frustrated or impatient or reluctant. I just thought of reluctant to share like what's going on, and like share to like express what's going on and why you may be upset. So that could have been something that they maybe saw, like how they saw you in the past. So I'm trying to like get this to like not be in the way. So that could have been something, the way that they saw you. I think what they wanted to say to you at the time about the whole thing is we have Knight of Swords in reverse. So rudeness, bully, and inferiority complex, passivity. I think this person in the past, I think okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I think this person maybe saw you as rude or saw you as a bully. This doesn't mean that this person feels that way now still about it, but those are what the messages we had. I think this person maybe wanted to confront you about it. I think this person also felt inferior to you in some way. Like they had some sort of inferior complex within themselves. Like their perception was very like, oh, I'm not good enough. So maybe that's why they didn't express anything to you. Or maybe if they did, you may have had conflict where they were saying like, they were like, oh, you're just a bully, or oh, you're just rude, or something like that. If it's the other way around, like this could also be representing them saying like, oh, they were rude and they wanted to be rude to you. They wanted to bully you. And because they wanted to like, they wanted you to think that you were less than them. I don't think that's the case though. I feel like it's what I said in the first place. Like I think this person wanted to say, like what they wanted to say in the past was that they felt like you were rude, or that they felt like you were bullying them, or they felt like you were somebody to be cautious of. Like they had fear of you, and I think they don't feel like I think they have a lot of inferiority complex going on, like, and they're very passive. I think this person doesn't really address things much, or in the past, but I think they might have, and they could have been someone who's very passive, but I think right now they could definitely be going through some sort of 9th house transition where they're thinking more about their mindset, thinking more philosophical about things and like how their perception, how they are just perceiving it as that they are inferior to you. It's not that it's the truth, it's that they're just having this limiting belief that they are because they don't feel like they're good enough. And that's something that they need to resolve within themselves because it's their own mind, not you. So I think that's something that they maybe wanted to project onto you. That could have been something. How they're feeling about you now, we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is playfulness, charisma, discovery, a rogue, and enthusiasm. I think this person may see you as someone who's, you guys could be more playful together. There could have been like, I don't think this maybe was resolved because there's still like some fear. But I think this person might be trying to let it go and be more playful and fun and charismatic with you. I think this person might find you more playful, more charisma, like you're kind of just like goofy. They maybe got to get to know you better, like maybe they got to know you better. And I think they still might have like fear though about you. Like they may still have like a fear that maybe you're going to switch up again, or they may like face what they saw in the beginning of how maybe you acted, or how they perceived you in the beginning to come out. I think they could definitely be discovering the new you, and I think they could be finding you more, they could be more enthusiastic about your connection together, and being more enthusiastic about you. I think this person maybe just judged a book by its cover, like they judged you before they really got to know you, but it could also been like you guys maybe had a falling out or some sort of issue together, didn't really talk about it, but then, you know, reflected on the situation and ended up just letting it go and moving towards each other. I think there might be still some grudges or something held still on because of possible fear that your person might be holding on to, like because they may be fearing that you're going to switch up again, or that they're going to take you off because maybe there was a lack of communication. I think another thing that they perceive you, like another way how they see you or currently feeling about you, is I think they see you as someone who's very exciting. There could be a lot of speed or travel or like movement towards you. I think they're definitely getting to know you more. There could be a lot more fun with you together. I think your relationship might be moving very quickly together, and maybe a little bit too fast because there's a lot of hunger here. Like this makes me think of starvation, like dependency and attachment. So I think this person might be like latching onto you a little bit too quickly. Like this relationship, this friendship is developing very quickly, and it's like almost like a little bit too quickly, and it's starting to become a little bit more of like an attachment because this person like is hungry for, like they have something lost within them, and it's like they grab onto you to fill that void. And it could be very, very mentally draining. I saw like a video that was like there could be people that, you know, are obviously dealing with pain and dealing with a lot of sadness, but you do not owe them to fix their, you know, mental health for you. Like this person will latch onto you and destroy your garden that you are building. Like in a way that's like you have to build your own garden, you have to take care of yourself. And there could be someone that comes into your life that, you know, is very mentally dealing with a lot of stuff and dealing with a lot of pain, and they may latch onto you to try and fix them. But it's like, hey, I got to worry about myself. I have to worry about my garden before I can worry about yours. And they may be the type of person that will invite themselves into your garden and start, you know, just destroying it, when it's like you need to focus, you need some space, you need to set some boundaries. And I think that's something specific, is like this person's hungry for what you can do for them or how you can lift them up. And I think this person, you know, is encouraged by you and is inspired by you. But I think there's still a lot of stuff that they need to work out by themselves, and you cannot be the one there to fix it for them. So I definitely think there needs to be some sort of boundaries set. So that could be something with the hunger here. I think, though, this person is definitely seeing you as a lot of fun, as a lot of excitement. You bring definitely a lot of happiness in their life. And, like, I think you, like I said, I think you bring a lot of nurturing compassion to them. I think there could also be, like, a sense of travel or some sort of momentum pushing forward. Um, I think um you guys could be traveling together soon, and more specifically in like a snowy biome, because we do have snow back here. The next row we have is what they want to say to you now. I think the Queen of Swords represents someone who is a little bit tough. Queen of Swords. We have bitterness, judgment, malice, and pessimism. I think this person, what this person wants to say is they could be. This person may want to say that they feel like you. This could be either that. I think this person is projecting. But you guys may mirror each other too. So this could be something like. There could be definitely a sense of bitterness between the two of you. There could be a sense of judgment, malice, or pessimism, maybe about this friendship or about this connection. Like, for example, this person, like I said, has fear for you and has a feeling like at some point there's going to be a switch or something's going to switch, just out of fear of themselves. I think, like I said, I think this person may fear abandonment, and they may fear that you're just going to, like, use them, take advantage, and leave. So I think that's definitely something that needs to be resolved within their own psyche, because that's not the case, and it's not true. I think something else is there could be a lot of stubbornness, a lot of grudges, and a lot of isolation going on. I think something specific is this person may feel like you're bitter to them, or that you judge them, or you might be very pessimistic about them, or look very pessimistically. They may also feel like you are very stubborn or hold a lot of grudges, or might isolate yourself from them. And this could be vice versa too. This might be how they're, acting, but they're projecting onto you. So take it how it resonates. I think also something specific could be the Scorpio placement. There could be a lot of Scorpio within this reading. And I think we have a card in the future. We have the Six of Coins, and we have reflection. I think there's going to be a lot of reflection within this connection, especially if you communicate about everything that you're feeling. I think you guys could really get to the bottom of it and really reflect and really, start to understand why you think the way you do. I think you guys may help each other do that, because I think, like I said, I think you guys may have a lot of similarities of things you may have faced, and I think you could definitely be the teacher. You could be someone who's healing. You could be someone who's already on the track of healing, but this person may not be as far as you have or come, and I think they may latch onto you and may pull you back a little bit from your healing journey. And I think that's definitely something you may need to set boundaries with. And if you communicate healthily and say, hey, like, I love you, but this is something that you need to work on by yourself, and I can't help you with that, and I need to, put myself first, or, just talk respectfully, talk maturely. And I think this will definitely help them reflect on themselves, but also help you reflect on yourself as well, of maybe the things that you haven't thought about within that connection. We have Six of Coins. So the Six of Coins in reverse represents abuse of power, scam, extortion, gullibility, and greed. I think there's definitely possible abuse of power playing in this reading. Like, I think both of you guys may have a lot of sense of control, and there could be a lot of, like, stepping over each other's boundaries happening. And that's why I say definitely setting boundaries, because the abuse of control could definitely be not healthy. I think also maybe extorting each other for your own gain might be not the greatest either. Like, I think that's definitely that needs to be discussed on how you feel. Like, for example, be like, hey, when you do this, or when you say this or do this makes me feel this way. I wish, and then give a resolution. Say, like, I wish that we could have done it this way, or we could have done it, you know, this way, because then it will make me feel better about it, or whatever. Like, just be as specific as possible and let them know exactly what they say that triggers you or that upsets you, and what they could do different to, and by the way, they don't have to change, they don't have to do anything. And that's where the sense of, you need to say whatever you need to say and communicate no matter what, even if they change or not, because forcing them to change is a sense of control. If they, you know, they don't have to change, they don't want to, but the fact that you still speak up for yourself and say, like, hey, this bothers me, is going that you have respect for yourself. I think, though, knowing that they're their own person and that it's going to take a while for them to really reflect, you can't hold that against them or have that sort of sense of control over them, because, like I said, it's going to take them a while for them to ever learn. And it doesn't matter, like, whether they change or not. It's just, at least you got the chance to, like, speak up and say what's bothering you or how you're feeling. I think there could definitely be being greedy about, like, your needs, or being a little bit more selfish. I think you do not owe them anything, but also, like I said, I think maybe bringing some more compassion, and understanding. It doesn't mean that you have to go out of your way to do things for them, but just to understand them and be like, hey, I understand you, and I love you, and I'm here to support you. Things like that. Okay, after that, I wanted to pull some messages and charms, and I think we'll be done with your reading. So we can pull some of these. I just saw true friends, and I saw can't open my eyes. I think someone is going to have a awakening, or may face an awakening soon, but it may take, actually not soon, it's probably going to take a while, because from all the cards it seems like it's slowly. Give us a card. We have I'm scared. They could be scared of you. They could have been scared of you in the past. Three. We have don't look back. I think not reflecting on the past, and not to, like, if you guys resolve things from the past, don't bring it up. Like, don't, I mean, you could bring it up if you want to, but I mean, like, don't bring up the past that has already been resolved, you know, because that's only going to bring more pain. If it hasn't fully been resolved, then be like, hey, like, I'm still hung up a little bit about the situation. Could we talk a little bit more about it? But, if it's something where this person already said, I'm sorry, there's no reason to harp on the pain, you know? And that's for you to find forgiveness with it, not to constantly have them beg for forgiveness, if that makes sense. And I'm saying it as, like, a way, like, me speaking to them. They may feel that way about you, or you may feel that way about them. 1, 2, 3. I dream about you. This person may have fear, and they may have, like, dreams about you. 1. Time to move on. I think moving on from this situation, maybe moving on from this person. 1, 2, 3. We have caramel candles. You might need to, you know, take a step back from the situation. Do some self-care. This could be, you could be feeling very mentally exhausted, and, like, maybe you need to do some more self-care and cleanse your mental, your mind. We have some rough times ahead, and also know that just because we have rough times ahead doesn't mean you're going to have rough times. I think this person may face some rough times ahead. They may face a tower moment, but this is all just a way of teaching them. I think this person still has a lot to learn, and a lot of ways ahead of them. I think you might be someone who has learned a lot about mental health and philosophy and the way of thinking a lot quicker than they have, but I think they are going to be facing a lot of hardships in order to learn what you've maybe have learned so quickly. Okay, let's do some charms and words, and then we'll be done with your reading, pile 1. Okay. Now some words. Okay. So we have, with the words, we have join. So there could be, I just thought of join in. Facial. Maybe you guys got facials in the past together. Join. I also just thought of something sexual. I don't know why that popped up, but I guess take it out, it resonates. Join. I just thought of like joining together, and like I'm scared to join with you. We have like a little sushi here thing. There could be some sort of sushi date or something related to sushi. We have 2 stars. I just thought of like Aquarius. There could be some sort of Aquarius placement here. We have just for you, a star. This person may feel like this person maybe was made for you to learn things. And maybe that's something that's like this person just for you. We have a little hand here. This makes me think of protection. Maybe protection from the negative energy. We also have like a little candy cane king thing here. This could be some sort of like candy cane, like Candyland I just thought of. We have D for initials or just dream, like dreaming. We have the word implicable. I think that means like it's not applicable, like you can't apply that. So maybe it's like it doesn't apply. So I guess take that how it resonates. We also have a little like fairy on a moon thing here. This makes me think of like dreams and like this makes me think of DreamWorks, like the movie. And I just thought of like the movie Shrek, like you know how they have like the animation in the beginning where the fairy like goes to the moon or something like that. We have a little leaf, not a leaf, feather here from the bird. So air sign I just thought of, and the wands could be significant, or a bird could be significant. We have N for a name. We also have Cancer. Someone could be a Cancer that's significant in this reading. We also have expiration. I think definitely some sort of relationship that's somebody's relationship in this connection could have already expired. I think especially since we have time to move on, there could have been someone in this reading where you have to like walk away from, and I think in order for them to reflect. For those are just for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, don't apply, but I think for some of you definitely moving on from this person. We have KR, could be initials. We also have equipped. I just thought of they're equipped for this hard times, for these hard learnings. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Pile 2s. If you chose the Page of Swords as well as this thumbnail, this will be your reading on how are they currently feeling about you. So I shuffled this oracle card to get the overall energy of the connection, and we got the womb. It was a little bit off balance, so we got that. And then the next couple cards are supposed to represent you, how you feel towards a connection, or just cards that represent who you are in this connection. If it doesn't apply, then take it as them, and then take this pile as you. It could be like an A-B situation where this is one person and this is another person, but when I shuffled these cards, I asked to pull cards for you. So this represents your higher self, pile 2. This represents your shadow self. This card represents the emotions you feel towards this connection. And we got digest to represent how you feel towards this connection. Now the next pile that's supposed to represent them, your person, we have the owl to represent their highest self. We got the crow to represent their higher self. I meant shadow self. And we have the work card to represent how they feel towards this connection. And then faith is the emotions they have towards this connection. I'm going to start off talking about the overall energy we have. I keep getting warmth. I keep getting like mother energy. So in the last reading, we also got like someone that represents a mother. And this one, we also have, again, we have the womb, which represents, you know, being birthed from a mother. More specifically with the womb, it talks about the nest, the belly, the origin. It's basically talking about, this card comes when there is a necessity for feminine principles such as warmth, tenderness, sacred intelligence from which we came. So it just makes me think of, when I see this, sorry about that, when I see this, I think of this card basically is reminding us to accept love from the mother of us, from the mother in us all. She is life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and desperate souls. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits for your return to help you heal and grow. It's like the warmth you have, the origin point that's always here to, you know, protect you, support you, love you. No matter how damaged you are, no matter how messed up things get, it's like this is always, this feminine quality is always here to, you know, wait for your return and help you heal and grow. And I think something specific is, this could be literally like you have within yourself. This could be possibly a mother figure, or like someone that you feel this from, like maybe the two of you provide this sense of warmth, love, and support, of like mother, or like feminine nurturing energy. You guys both might be more feminine, or just like to provide more of a feminine energy of like nurturing love. Another thing as well, this could be something that is needed to be seeked and found within yourself, for yourself, like to provide more love and compassion and support towards yourself. So I think that's what this card is saying. We have it a little bit off, right? So like off balance, it talks about stricken, ecological crisis, infertility, imbalance. And then for person A, which is supposed to represent you, we have the higher self, which is the firefly. And with the firefly, we were given actually, let me talk about the gazelle first, since we have it open. So the gazelle, this is supposed to represent your shadow self. And basically the gazelle is someone who is very elegant, very graceful, has a heightened awareness and an ability to be very vulnerable. But since this is supposed to represent shadow elements, I think you may be suffering currently with a food allergy. It says something specific like food allergy. It also talks about insomnia, not being able to sleep, and possibly a racing mind. Like maybe you can't sleep because of this racing mind. So it also is like almost like overthinking. It's talking about like overthinking things. And then the firefly is, it says inspired, fantastic, yet fleeting. And it says, the firefly contains a light of thousands of stars. It's pure, radiant, illuminating. I think your highest self is literally like a light. You are somebody that shines, somebody like that, you know, you walk into a room and it's like you're shining, you're glowing. People could literally see you as like a light. I think though, your inspiration, whatever it is that's making you shine, your purity, the radiant, the illuminant, inspiration, an awakening that you may be having is fleeting, possibly due to feeling burnt out, feeling dull, and there might need to be some nurturing, loving, attention. You may need some loving, nurturing attention, towards yourself as well, maybe from this person. So I think it says the firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is ready to harness its creative spirit. What can you do to support this precious, exclusive light? And then this we have the peace card, possibly wanting peace within this connection, wanting happiness, wanting to just feel calm and okay. And then we have digest, and it says, what am I cleaning up or converting? So this makes me think of like a lot of shadow, like digesting your shadow aspects. Like this makes me think of like taking out the trash. Like this is a vulture, and the vulture is very important because what they do is they take out the trash, they take out whatever is not serving you. And but in the description, it's more of like, I think this is more of talking about your thoughts, what you're thinking about, what it is that you're overthinking that might be causing you insomnia. And it's something that's like digesting those thoughts and either cleaning it out, you know, taking those, whatever is not serving you inside of you, like whatever past thoughts, whatever memories, whatever is going on inside your brain, or inside your body that is not serving you, can be cleaned up, disposed, digested, literally, through your body and tossed out in the toilet, or can be converted into something that, is useful, such as like, how they talk about, they use food, they repurpose food in order to use in like a garden to rebuild growth and rebuild like flowers and stuff. Like they use it in the manure, they use it in the fertilizer. Such like similar to what they do with like manure. So it's like something that it's like, how can you convert whatever it is that's inside you that isn't serving you? How can you convert it to something that does serve you, that does cause you peace, that doesn't, add to this insomnia? So I think that's definitely some big reflection that pile 1 or person A, which is supposed to represent you may want to do a lot of self-reflection on. Maybe ask yourself what thoughts aren't serving you, what memories aren't serving you, anything that may be holding you back from being, your beautiful light that you once were and still are, but yet it's fleeting. So onto this person now. This person could be definitely very spiritual, definitely getting someone who could be quite lucky as well as very spiritual. With the crow here, let's talk about the crow first. We have, it's upright for the shadow aspects. So I think in general, this person is very spiritual, very strong, very creative. They could be someone that watches a lot, like someone that just observes, and someone who's very intelligent as well. I think this person may have a strong psyche and just like good intuition. This person, it's like their mind holds within the three realities, the past, the present, and the future. And it says the crow energy is potent and should be only tapped into when the mind is clear. And then also it talks about this person likes, this crow tends to like healthy diets, joyful friends, and regular self-study. But since it's in the shadow aspects, I think this person might struggle with those things. They might struggle a little bit with a healthy diet. They may struggle with joyful friends. They may struggle with self-study. I think this person may also be struggling with the three realities. They could be a little bit ungrounded. It says ungrounded and hypersensitive. They could be really sensitive to many things that are happening in their environment. I think more specifically, they could also be struggling with dealing with multiple realities, such as the past, the present, and the future. They may struggle with, reminiscing on the past or harping on the past. They may struggle with trying to be happy and content in the present, and they may struggle with anxiety, maybe a little bit, worrying about the future. So that could be something that they, something specific about this person. I think, though, that they usually are someone that they could just be currently a little bit ungrounded. With the owl card, we have abundant in their highest self. We have abundant, clairvoyant, and treasures. I think this person is definitely very lucky. I think this person is also quite, when they're their higher self, I think they're quite generous. I think they're very trusting, and I think they're very secure. I think this person has a lot of faith in this connection. By the way, this could be an air sign here because we do have a lot of air. We also have a little earth, and then we have fire, and we have air here. So I think this person is usually grounded because we do have the earth, but I think there's something a little bit specific, or maybe they're becoming more grounded, or they're working to become more grounded. I think they may also struggle with work life and figuring out what to do, like how to organize things correctly and how not to create a schedule that makes them feel drained at the end of the day. I think this person maybe needs to figure out a way to do the best they can, but not set the bar too high for themselves so they can actually, feel achieved and feel like when they get things done, they feel better and they can maintain a schedule that they can maintain. I think they also need to worry about not taking up too much problems for themselves. For example, other people's work. They need to stop, trying to carry the burden for other people as well, like not letting other people's work not let other people put their work onto you. Like you don't need to, whether it's physical work that they actually have to do, like, and you're going out of your way to do it for them, or if it's a mental work, like mental something inside that they're dealing with, like mentally, you should not and will not take those things or do those things for those people, because it's just not healthy for you, and you should focus on your own work. Focus on being able to make your work life achievable for yourself, so you could actually maintain it, and try not to take up other people's work. I think something else with this person is I think they do have a lot of faith towards this connection. I think they really trust this connection. I think they really trust this person. I think they really are trusting timing, have faith. They have a lot of faith. Whether you guys discuss it or not, it's like they really do put a lot of trust and faith into this connection. I think they also could be someone that feels very secure in this connection. I feel like this person feels very lucky to be in this connection. I think they also may have a lot of abundance. They may have a lot of treasures under their sleeve, or they're just like, they're a very abundant person with a lot of things coming their way. So that's that person. I'm gonna pull some messages now for the two of you. So we're gonna pull 2 love messages and we're gonna pull 2 communication messages. So first we're gonna start off with the communication messages. What are some communication messages that both of them can say to each other? Something that they may want to say to each other. Okay, so we're gonna pull 1 for the firefly and 1 for the owl. 1. We have favorite show. This could be a conversation that maybe the two of you have, like you guys talk about your favorite show. You guys may watch a lot of shows together, I thought of too. 1. We have they don't hate you, and also underneath that came taking what people say to heart. Just popped up. I think this person may be a bit hypersensitive right now to things, and I think they need to be a little bit more grounded in reality when it comes to those things. Okay, let me do it one more. I'm gonna pull a card that represents what the owl wants to say to the firefly. What does the owl want to say to the firefly? 1, 2, 3. Taking what people say to heart. Yeah, I literally just read that and it came out again. So definitely, this person could definitely be taking things a little bit too personally. Okay. Now let's pull some love messages. Let's pull a love message that the firefly may want to say to the owl. What does the firefly want to say to the owl? What is something the firefly would like to say to the owl? 2, 3. Wants to make love to you. This person may be thinking about you and may be thinking about wanting to make love to you. You could literally bring like a sense of warmth, like you're just someone who's very comforting to them, and I think you both are like very comforting towards each other. It's almost like you guys are like teddy bears. All right, what does the owl want to say to the firefly? 1, 2, 3. Can't see a world without you. Aww, this is such a sweet, loving. This is such a loving connection. I love this. Okay, let's get into the tarot now. What is this person thinking? What do they want to say to you? What are they thinking inside? Give me one moment. Oh, I almost just fell off my chair. I almost just goddamn died. Alright, let's take these bad boys, put them away. Give me that sheet. I'm so excited because I'm getting, I'm making a new deck that's gonna have more like just things that want to be said, like things that people may want to say to you. So I'm getting a new deck and I'm gonna make it, and then what other deck did I want? And then I'm getting also a little singing bowl so I could put those in channel, like do them before we review the pick of cards, like the piles, before we review the piles. And then I'm also getting a little bell so I could tap it whenever there's this syncrecy. You get what I'm trying to say. I don't know, I just cannot speak anymore. I don't know what's going on. Whenever I do a tarot card reading, I feel like I have an IQ of 10. Alright, let's shuffle this deck. I think we actually shuffled before we started. So let's ask, how does this person, we're gonna channel about this person now and their feelings towards you. So how did they feel about you in the past? Pile 2. How did they feel about pile 2 in the past? 2, 3. We have Queen of Swords. How do they feel about, what did they want to say to pile 2 in the past? What did they want to say to pile 2 in the past? 2, 3. We have Knight of Swords. Okay. How do they feel about pile 2 in the present? How do they feel about pile 2 in the present? 3. Strength. We got Leo. How do they feel about pile 2 in the present? How do they feel about pile 2 in the present? How do they feel about pile 2 in the present? We have Cups, 7 of Cups. Okay, what do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to pile 2 now? What do they want to say to pile 2 now? Okay, I'm gonna take that. And lastly, how do they feel about the future with you? How do they see the future with you? How do they see the future with you? 1, 2. Death. Ooh, okay. Alright. Alright, mate. Don't be scared, alright? The death is a little bit concerning, but it does not mean it has to be an ending. Let's see a little bit more. Let's get the emotions. What are the feelings? Give us the feelings of what this person, how do they currently feel? Or give me the feelings of how they felt about pile 2 in the past. 1, 2. This card wanted to came out. Okay, give me the feelings that they have currently. This card kind of came out. I want to reshuffle. How do they feel? What are their feelings? What are their emotions currently about pile 2? 1, 2, 3. Strength! What the fuck? What are the odds? So funny. This is when I would use the bell. Ding! Okay. Give me another card to represent their current feelings about pile 2. We have rejection. Okay, and what are their future feelings? What do they feel in the future? 1, 2, 3. Consciousness. Okay. That's a little tricky card. Let's now shuffle this. Give me some cards to represent something that they would want to say. Help us understand exactly what they wanted to say in the past and what do they want to say now. Please give us a card to help us understand what did they want to say in the past and what do they want to say now. Lord, so many cards have fallen. I see luck, I see deep wounds, I see communication. Those cards came out. Alright. And I saw 2 negatives came out as well. Alright, give me one card for what they wanted to say to you in the past, or say to pile 2 in the past. 2, 3. We have stability in reverse. Give me another card. Represent what do they want to say to you now. This card kind of slid out. I think if it's important, it'll come out again. I just want to get, please give me a card of what they would want to say to pile 2 now. 2, 3. Architect. Okay. Alright. I get the little booklets. Try to make get a little understanding of what's happening here. So, where is the booklet? Where you at? What? Where you at? Go. Alright, so we have Queen of Swords for the future. I meant for the past. So I think this person saw you, how they felt about you in the past is, I think they saw you as someone who had a lot of liberating strength. I think they felt like they had a clear sense of vision of who you are. I think they saw you as someone who, isn't too emotional, more of like someone who thinks more logically, has like an authority to them. Someone who's like, this is like, the Queen of Swords is like bad bitch energy. So I really think this person saw you in that way. I think they also saw you as someone who is a good communicator, like speaks up, and someone who has like a sense of strength to them. I think they also may have saw you as someone who is like magical. I think maybe in some ways you were someone that was able to get things done that they weren't like expecting anyone could. I think also in some way they maybe saw the connection you've had together as somewhat magical. Like maybe things just happened in a certain way, or there was a lot of coincidences, or just like things just magically happened that were like, how is that possible? I think this person may have also, or may have saw you as someone in the past as someone who is magical, like maybe spiritual, or someone who has like, a witchy sense to them. So that could be something. I think you also I think you're like tough, someone who's tough. Like I think they saw you as someone who can cut ties with people who are not serving them. So what they wanted to say to you in the past, we have Knight of Swords, which is funny, we have air again. So air could definitely be significant, but more specifically, we have Scorpio and Leo is here. The Knight of Swords in reverse is arrogant, impulsiveness, lack of direction, ambition-induced blindness. I think this person saw you as someone, I think what they wanted to say to you was that they noticed your sense of impulsiveness. They could have saw you as someone who was very impulsive and lacked stability. They could have definitely felt like you were someone who wasn't super stable, and maybe was quite impulsive, didn't really know where you wanted to go, maybe had like a lack of direction. It also says ambition-induced blindness. It's like you have so much ambition that it's like it kind of clouds your judgment, and you just like go without really like looking to where you're going. I think this person might be a lot more stable. Like they don't have to be, but they could be someone who maybe thinks a lot before they act. And I think they may have noticed that you were like maybe the opposite of that, and were quick to make impulsive decisions. I think another thing, we have arrogance here, like the word arrogance. I think arrogance means like when someone thinks that they're better than someone else. Maybe they felt like maybe they wanted to say that they felt like you were arrogant, or I think this person just thought you were quite impulsive. Like, all I'm getting is impulsive. I don't know about the arrogance thing, but I'm definitely getting like impulsive, a lack of stability, someone who moves very quickly into things, and maybe takes a little bit too many risks in their life. I don't think this person I think this person just maybe thought that way, but how they think about you presently or how they see you now is we have the Strength card in reverse, which is, what number is that? 5. So we have in reverse, we have brutality, abuse of power, and abstinency, and then we have conceit. The frick are these words? So I think this person might see you as someone that might abuse their power. I think they may also in some way feel like you could be someone who's a little bit more brutal. I want to do a little bit, I want to get to know this a little bit more. I'm like, in what way? They could feel like you are a bit selfish when it comes to possibly getting what you want. I think because we have the 7 of Cups next to this, and the 7 of Cups talks about like illusion and possibly like you having so many options, and one option that is under the veil that you're not really sure about, the unknown, is the one that's most intriguing. And I think in some way, this person might have been rejected by you in some way, and they might feel like you maybe took advantage of them or had some sort of abuse of power because maybe you rejected them for something that was a bit unknown, that you didn't really know whether or not it was what you wanted. And they could feel like, you know, in some way betrayed by that. Or that it was like you did more of a selfish act rather than, like if this was a relationship, if you guys were together, they could have felt like betrayed in that way or been rejected. But if you guys weren't together, maybe they just feel like hurt that you weren't willing to see it out with them and you like changed your mind, and maybe, or maybe that you liked to have more options, like you weren't ready to settle down or didn't want to settle down. It was more of like you wanted to keep your options open, or it was like maybe you seeked something that wasn't them because in some way they felt rejected. I think they definitely feel like you have some sort of abuse of power or power over them. You could literally have power over them as well. Like this person could definitely be really in love with you, care so much about you, and I think in some way you may act impulsively, especially when it comes to love, and it's like they could feel like you quickly made a decision that put them either on the sidelines or rejected them completely, and it was like they just felt like you didn't really think thoroughly about it. It was kind of just a quick impulsive decision out of like possible abuse of power. So I think this person feels like somewhat betrayed because I think in some way they feel they put you on a pedestal. They you know literally saw you on a throne, like they maybe even worshipped you. They really loved, they cared and loved you. And in some way I think they feel like because of that you are able to take advantage and you know, be a little bit, take advantage of that in some way. Obviously, you're allowed to do whatever it is that you want. If you want, like, you do not have to commit what if this person does want you to commit, but I think in some way this person is hurt. I don't know in what the story exactly is, but I have a feeling it has to do with other people that are involved. And I think your options, there's other options, and there's some sort of abuse of power that this person is feeling. Whether it's the truth or not, doesn't mean that, you know, this could just be their truth. This is just how they're perceiving it, but it doesn't mean it is the truth. So you may want to have an open discussion with this person. I think this person just maybe feels a bit hurt or rejected because of maybe a impulsive decision you made with someone who isn't them, and it was another option that you maybe had, and it was maybe someone who was that you didn't know much about. You didn't really know, it was like maybe a stranger or something, and this person maybe was like, you know, it feels in some way maybe rejected by that. I think what they want to say to you is, we have the Two of Swords, and I think this person either wants you to make a decision or they want to make a decision. I feel like we have the Two of Swords, and this represents difficult decision, inner truth, mental space, and this is basically like an image of someone who's blinded, not wanting to see the decisions that they have to make. And I think this person is either projecting this towards you, like saying that you have to make the decision, and it's like you aren't making the decision because you're blinded to the decision. Like, you're kind of like not making a decision. You're kind of just like slowly letting it crawl up to you until it's like you have to make it, or it's forced upon you. Or this could be like how they're feeling. They could be feeling like they're trying to blindfold themselves from having to make a decision because maybe they feel like they don't want to make the decision, or they don't want to give you an ultimatum. Like, this person may be like, okay, well, you have to choose me or them. And they're kind of just like shying away from that. They're not doing it because they know like that it's not the right thing. I feel like they know it's not the right thing to do. And it's like they still have this difficult decision, you know, in their mind. Like, they know, like, maybe I should have them make a decision so I don't feel betrayed, or I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of. But I don't want to have to make the decision because I do not want to lose the opportunity of possibly still being in your life or still being able to continue things with you. I feel like that's something specific with this person. We also have Architect here in reverse. So this Architect card, I thought this more of like as an engineer, like architect. You know how like engineers and architect, they have like a certain mindset. They just have a really interesting way of thinking when it comes to problem solving and coming up with solutions. Like, there's always another way. I think something specific with the architect, this is like the designer, the creator, the someone that is able to literally design something and make it into creation. Like, they could design chairs, buildings, you know, literally create anything. Like, engineers literally make like robots and shit. So it's like being able to create something. When it's in reverse, I feel like maybe specifically this person maybe feels like they don't know how to solve this issue. They maybe feel blindfolded about the situation. They don't really know where to go from it, and it's stopping the flow of creation as well as inspiration. Maybe they feel the lack of inspiration or lack of motivation, and it's like they don't really know where to go from here. It's kind of like they're feeling stuck. I think another thing as well, it's like they don't know how to solve this issue. They don't know how to solve this problem. It's kind of like they're just like letting the universe or letting the flow take its course. She's also wearing like a crop top here. There could be something specific with like the stomach. And then lastly, how this person sees the future. I think this person sees the future either quite pessimistically, or they just see it as a transformation, because we do have the Death card here. And the death card usually makes me think of like an end of a situation, but I also think this person is just not really sure in which way it's going to go, but I think partially a part of them feels like it could end, the situation could end, and it's just, it's done, it's over with. Or I think it's going to transform into something that is quite new, a new beginning, some sort of rebirth, transformation of the relationship where it can continue, and it has to change in order to continue forward. It's like this situation has to change in order to move forward together. And I think this person feels like there's going to be a big change, and I think more specifically with the conscious mind, something about the way of thinking is going to change and transform. Especially thinking about this situation, how they're going to see the situation, or how they're going to view the situation. And there's going to be some sort of revolution or powerful movement. Okay, so let's pull some messages now. What are some things this person wants to say, or some things that can be said? Two, three. All right. So let's see. What are some things that they want to say, or something that could be said? 1, 2. I see blue eyes. So we got blue eyes here. We also have keep pushing, you're almost there. We also have they aren't showing you who they really are. And we also have you need to stop, and you care so much, I love it. So I'm not going to take any of those though, but some of those could be significant. Please give us some more cards. Okay, we have I love your body. I think this could be a limiting belief of I will never learn. There could be something specific that you maybe are feeling, and all the other cards were saying like you're almost there, like don't give up, you're almost there, you're almost to the finish line. We have good idea. It could be a good idea that maybe you were reflecting on. We also have not gonna work out in reverse. I think whoever this is, whoever the person that we're channeling and their feelings, if they give an ultimatum, I feel like it's not going to work out. I feel like that's what the card is saying. And then we have center of attention, and we also have I, O, and L names. Those could be significant. Okay, let's pull some charms now. And some words. And that'll be it for your reading, pile 2. Okay. I just said K and like okay, and then the K popped up. Let's see what else. Give us some words. Okay, so we have Virgo here. We got practical. I guess being more practical about the situation. We also have howling. I just thought of like a werewolf. We also have a little Christmas stocking. We have a little coin thing here that says Queen Elizabeth II. That could be something significant. Oh, and it's over I love your body. We have NRA. I just thought of warm, like warm, feeling very warm. I also just thought these could be like initials, like NARM or W. We also have gauntlets. We also have dumb. I think whoever is feeling like I will never learn could definitely be beating themselves up a lot or thinking that they're dumb, and it's like, hey, you're not dumb, you're learning. This is all part of the process. And you know, be nicer to yourself. You don't deserve to be hurt. We also have engineering, and like I said, architecture and engineering. When I literally, that's another confirmation. If I had the bell, I would ding it. We have 2 hearts here. I think there's a lot of love in this connection, a lot of love for each other. We also have a little flower. We also have the letter K. We also have clam, like a little clam here. We also have domino. This makes me think of domino effect. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 2. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Pile 3s. If you chose this reading as well as the Judgment card, this will be your reading on how are they currently feeling about you. This is also the thumbnail associated with this pile. So, I shuffled the unknown wild archetypes. The wild unknown archetypes, and we got the overall energy is the stone. And then, by the way, I changed my rings. We have a heart ring, so this may be a love reading. We also have a little knot here, and we have another silver. This is just a bunch of silver rings. I just felt like changing them. So, now we have these cards to represent you. So, I'm going to say that this represents your highest self. I ended up actually getting this card to represent your higher self, but I felt like this should represent your highest self, and this should represent your shadow self. So I just switched it. And then we got the emotions you feel towards this connection is space. And how else you feel towards this connection is this balance card. And then next we have how I shuffled these cards to represent your person, Pile 3. So their highest self represents the firefly. They could be an air sign. This could be a water sign. And then we also have another water sign here too, so they could have some sort of water sign placement or air sign placement. They got the frog for their shadow self. What are their emotions towards this connection? They have anxiety. And how are they feeling towards this connection? That we got soothe. Am I receiving peace? So, I'm going to touch up my memory on these cards real quick and get back to you. Okay, Pile 3. So, the overall energy, the stone, basically is represented of, like, circles. They have, like, little illustrations of circles here, and it makes me think of, like, a pebble, but obviously it says the stone. And it's basically representing of a stone that is an anchor. It says the rock. And it also talks about how, like, if you think about a rock, rocks take forever. They live, like, for an eternity. Like, they're always there. They're like the anchor of life. Like, they literally just stay there forever and they don't move. They barely move. And this basically talks about the stone tethers us to earth, helping us ground and connect ourselves to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it's likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easy, unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frequency of our world. And it's funny too because we literally have this symbol here, the moon, and this makes me think of balance as well. So there's definitely some sort of sense of balance being brought in this relationship. It says when it's in light, because this is upright right now, it's in light. It says steady, fast, loyal, committed, and present. I think the overall energy between the two of you is that you're both loyal and committed to the relationship, and present. You're both present in this relationship. I think this is like, whether it's a relationship or friendship, it's like you both are, it's like a 50-50 balance relationship, where it's like you guys are working to get to a balanced relationship. I think something else to make note of is, um, you both, I feel like, are taking time for yourselves. So the cards that represent you, pile 3, the cards that I pulled, you got the golden egg and you got the octopus. I think something specific is you are learning to open your heart up to this person and become more vulnerable, I believe, with your heart. Because we did have that in the shadow self at first. I think something else, it may have been difficult for you to open up or to be vulnerable in some way. And that could be the reason to why there's like a bit of a sense of space. But I think in general, you may just have space right now due to needing to recover from, like, for yourself, like needing to just have like some sort of refresh, possibly because of like possible gossiping, or just saying something that maybe was mentally draining, or some sort of illusion, or just like needing space. I think something else specific is, I think you are opening up to being more vulnerable, to being more honest, to being more loving, compassionate, but more specifically with this person, opening up to being vulnerable, opening up your heart space for this person. I think something else specific though is it reminds you of what to discuss, of what to be vulnerable about. I think something specific they say in this octopus card is a lot of people mistake opening up about gossip, or about things about other people, or oversharing about things that aren't necessary. And they take it as like, oh, I'm opening up or oversharing to become, as vulnerability or being vulnerable. No, that's actually just, oversharing or gossiping or whatever. Vulnerability is when you're able to be emotional and compassionate to another person. Like, you can support them, you can easily communicate with them and say, like, that you care about them, or how you feel about them, or even, talking about things, that vulnerable things, being honest with yourself, being able to communicate, oh yeah, this made me feel this way, or something that maybe bothered you, or how you're truly feeling, being able to open up about how you feel. That is what vulnerability is. And I think this person is learning, you are learning that. I think you're opening up your heart space for this person. I think you're finding more of a balance. I think you're also going into some sort of introspection, or becoming more introverted, possibly. Because it talks about being introverted. It talks about reflection. You could be reflecting a lot about this connection. You could be contemplating a lot about this connection. It says gentle, soft. You could be more gentle. You could be more soft towards this person, opening up more. Maybe in the past you were more hard exterior, or there was just like a lot of space that was involved. I think there still is space, because obviously you have space from this person, but you could be taking time out, like as a recover. You could be recovering currently. We have releasing, going with the flow, dreamy, emotional. You could be more emotional with this person. You could be going more with the flow, trying to approach this with more softness rather than a rough, hard exterior, or like, putting fear into the person. It's like you're approaching this. There's a strength that comes with being soft, vulnerable, and kind. So I feel like that's something specific, and being like, especially being more gentle. It talks about the phases and the cycles, that you could be going through a lot of cycles, and it's like you could have been constantly a little bit more in your masculine energy for a bit, but now it's like you're starting to, you're ending a new cycle of being more like finding more balance between the two, and like entering more of like a feminine side, a more like vulnerable side. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. If this doesn't resonate, this may be your person. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of space here. There's like space between the two of you. For your person, we got the firefly, we got the frog. So the firefly talks about inspired action, someone who's very, like, is basically a light, someone who illuminates, someone who glows, somebody who brings a lot of like attention. I just thought of. They could be someone who, give me one moment. They could be someone who has like a pure radiant illumination to them, like they are literally like a light. They could light up a room. They could have a high frequency charge that cannot be sustained for too long. It says that the Firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is a firefly energy behind every poem, every song, every invention. Our job is to ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and exclusive light? So I think this person could be very creative, and they tend to gain a lot of inspiration from things. This person could literally read a poem. They could like listen to a song and to an invention, just see something and gain inspiration. And I think this person, that's just something specific about this person, is this person can light up a room, and they could light up other people's lives, but they could also just bring a lot of passion and inspiration into people's lives. I think a shadow element about them, we have the frog. I think they definitely are due for a recovery. I think this person maybe has been pushing too hard with this passion. I think the light has been, too much. It's like they're moving on overdrive. It's like they've been under this light for too long, and it's like it's time to soothe, to recover, to heal your muscles. Like literally, like this person needs to like take the time to literally like be doused in a river. Like it literally talks about cleansing yourself under the water. It's like a frog. It's like how a frog develops. The frog's constantly, in the water, but then they are able to branch out and be on land. But at some point, they always need to come back to the origin and, bathe themselves to recover. And I really think this person maybe be feeling kind of burnt out. They could be feeling burnt out. They could just be maybe pushing too hard on themselves. And maybe I feel like they also need to tap into more of like a feminine vibe as well. I think both of you may be finding more feminine energy for each other as well. It's so weird because I literally got a similar idea in the last reading. So they could be somewhat connected. We have clearing, cleansing, healing. I think this person is definitely in need for some sort of healing or some sort of cleansing. I think this person could definitely be having a lot of anxiety about this connection. I'm not sure exactly what. Maybe we could get into it more specifically, but I think this person definitely wants peace. They want some sort of peace in this connection. They want it just to be peaceful, to be calm, not have to worry about anything. And it says, am I receiving peace? And it's so funny, we have a little frog here, and then we have a little frog here. But with the frog, I think this person's definitely running on empty and depleted. I think they could be depleted, like, emotionally. They could just be exhausted, like, physically exhausted from pushing so much. But they could also just be mentally exhausted, like, needing to, like, soothe themselves. I think this person could also be possibly, like, second-guessing themselves. They could be having a lot of anxiety about you and what it is you mean to them. I think you both could be each other's, like, rocks, no joke. Like, I think you both may be very stable, being very, like, supportive of each other, like, very, like, I'll always be there type of relationship, like, or connection. It's like you guys are very supportive with each other. And I think this person may have anxiety towards you. It might be, like, worried about the future, like, they don't really know what the future holds in this connection. But I think they are trying to just, recover, soothe themselves, and soothe their minds, and just, like, appreciate and see things for what they are, like currently in the present, instead of worrying so much about the future. I think this person also is just trying to get peace. They just want things to be fine, you know, calm, nothing sporadic, nothing crazy happen. They just want peace. That's all they want. And I think something specific is a river. We got river twice within these two cards, needing to like delve into a river. This person might go to a river soon, or literally like visit a river. So if that's significant, you may want to pay attention to that. We're going to pull some messages now for you, pile 3. We're going to pull some communication messages as well as some love messages and see what this person wants to say to you, as well as what you would want to say to them. So let's first do the communication messages. What would pile 3, channeling for pile 3's, channeling for pile 3. Channeling for pile 3. Channeling for pile 3. Okay. So we're going to pull one here and then one there. What is something pile 3 would like to say to their person? 1, 2, 3. Don't overshare. You may be oversharing to them things, like telling them things that maybe isn't any of their business. That could be something, and let's see what they would want to say to you. Or you could be telling them, you could be saying this to them, like, hey, don't overshare. They could be maybe saying too much to someone. If not, this could also be you talking to yourself. What is something that the firefly would like to say to the golden egg? 1, 2, 3. They could be taking what people say to heart. I literally got this message last reading too, so they could be taking things to heart, like too personally. And it could be causing them like a bit of anxiety. Okay, let's see what else. What are some love messages this person would like to say? What are some love messages within pile 3? What is a love message that pile 3 would like to say to their person? 1, 2, 3. Stay away. I think this person may be feeling like this person should stay away from them. You may be feeling like this person should stay away from you. What does this person want to say to pile 3? They are worried about you. They could be worried about you. They could be like just wondering like how you're doing. You could be just really needing space for yourself, and this person's kind of like worrying about you and like wondering how you're doing. And you're kind of just like, leave me alone, please. So that could be what's going on. We're gonna now jump into your tarot. Pile 3. Let me move this over here. Get these cards out. Alright. And just move this one. It's here. Let's get the tarot. So the first pile, we're gonna ask, how did they view you in the past? So the person, pile 3's person, we're channeling their feelings. So how did pile 3's person view pile 3 in the past? How did pile 3's person view pile 3 in the past? We got 7 of Cups. Okay. What did they want to say? What did they want to say to pile 3? King of Wands. How do they currently feel about pile 3? 1, King of Swords. How do they currently feel about pile 3? Give me one more card. How do they currently feel? We got Knight of Swords. So they could be definitely feeling like this connection is causing them a bit of conflict. Whether it's like good conflict or just in general, definitely keeping them up. So how do they currently feel about you? And what do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? 2, 3. There's a lot of kings. There's a lot of kings. There's literally all kings. You're missing one more king, and then you'd have all of them. All the elements. Okay, so that's what they want to say to you now. How did they see the future of this connection? Like, how did they see the future you? What do they think the future you is going to be like? We have 8 of Pentacles. Alright. Now let's get the emotions. So, what are their feelings towards you in the past? Like, how did they feel about you in the past? 2, 3. Abundant. How did they feel about you presently? How do they feel about you now? 2, 3. Anxiety. How do they feel about you now? Give me another card. How do they feel about you now? 2, 3. Rest. They could be definitely seeing you are getting rest. You're, catching up. You're getting time for yourself. How do they feel about you in the future? How do they, what are they predicting they're going to feel about you in the future? 2. We got hunger. Okay, there's a lot of greens in this card, which usually makes me think of like abundance or wealth or financial things. Okay. Now let's shuffle this last card, this last deck. We're gonna use my Oracle deck. Please channel for pile 3. Please channel for pile 3. Please channel for pile 3. Okay, what is something they wanted to say to you in the past? 1, 2, 3. I just saw communication. We have growth. We have a lot of green. Look how much green we have here. What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? 1, 2, 3. Got childhood trauma came out. What in the hell? Where the freak did that come from? That was a fucking curveball and a half. Okay, so let's get into these bad boys. So how do they feel about you in the past? We have 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups represents in reverse, alignment, personal values, overwhelmed by choices, and we have abundance. I think this person in the past definitely saw you as someone who maybe I think they may have agreed a lot with your personal values. I feel like maybe you guys both had very similar personal values, or they may have felt like you both aligned, or you were aligned in some way. Like you were, abundant. I think this person definitely saw you as someone who was very abundant or had a lot of things, or just a lot of things always came out from you. Like you always had, you were always abundant. You always had things like coming for you, or always things like you always had help or support. You were always abundant. I think this person definitely saw that. I think this person also saw that you maybe were possibly a little bit overwhelmed by your choices. You could have had a lot of love opportunities. You could have had a lot of friends. You could have had a lot of maybe options when it came to career. There could have been something that maybe was overwhelming you with how many choices you had. And this person's like, maybe they saw you as that, like that you were overwhelmed by those things. I think more specifically with love, like you may had a lot of love options. This person maybe saw that you had a lot of love options. And you were like abundant maybe in love. I think you guys I think this person saw you as someone who had aligned goals. Like you guys maybe had a lot of personal values that were similar, and you guys aligned together. I think for the next row, I asked, what did this person want to say to you? So in the past, and we have King of Wands and we have Growth in reverse. I think this person wants or wanted to say to you, we have King, and it's upright, natural leader, grand vision, long-term success, and then internal growth. I think this person wanted to say that I think they saw you as someone who is going to have a lot of long-term success. I think they also saw you as someone who has a grand vision, a great goal to the future. I think this person also, I think it's almost like you guys mirror each other, because I feel like this person maybe also feels like they have a long-term, they feel like they're going to be long-term successful, as well as have a overall grand vision that may be quite similar to yours. I think this person may feel like they're also a natural born leader, as well as you. I think something else is they wanted to like tell you how much growth they were having or how much they were growing. And I think they also wanted to like applaud you for the growth that you had. I think this person wants to also cheer you on and be like, you grew a lot, you've changed a lot, you've grown. And like possibly even say that they're proud of you. For the next row, we have how do they feel about you in the present? We have King of Swords and anxiety. I think this person is definitely having internal anxiety about you for some reason. Let's see what else specifically. We have the King of Swords. And it's upright. Mental clarity, intellectual power, authority, truth. I think this person may have anxiety about the truth. Whatever is the truth within your connection. I think this person might be scared of what the truth is. Some sort of truth, like maybe there's something that's not being said, that this person's afraid of the truth. I think something else specifically is they could be a little bit anxious about your authority or the mental clarity you may have. And the intellectual power you have as well. I think this person's a bit intimidated about how powerful you are, as well as how wise you are, as well as your authority you have. I think this person's definitely very intimidated by you. And they're also intimidated about the truth you may hold. Whatever it is that you are gonna say or want to say, or they're like afraid of maybe how you truly feel about them or how you truly think of them. They may be afraid of that there's something you're not saying, and it may be causing them a lot of anxiety. We also have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords upright is ambitious, action-oriented, driven to success, fast thinking. They see you as someone who's very ambitious. They could see you as someone who's action-oriented. They could see you as someone who is literally driven for success. You're going to be someone who's very successful, and they definitely, they want to like, I think this person is also going to be very successful, but like they are like, they look up to you, and I think you guys may look up to each other. I I think this person also really likes how you could really think on your feet. You're a quick thinker, you are driven to success, and you like to take action, and you're ambitious. I think they could definitely be seeing you're definitely taking a lot of rest now, and you're taking time for yourself to recover. What they want to say to you, we have also, what they want to say to you now, we have the King of Pentacles, and we have childhood trauma. I think this person wants to, like, maybe talk about their childhood or some sort of reflection they maybe learned about the childhood trauma that they maybe faced, especially maybe when it comes to their finances. We have King of Pentacles, so it says wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance. I think this person maybe had some sort of childhood trauma or some childhood upbringing that taught them a lot about wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, and maybe abundance. Like maybe their parents were very, you know, hard on them, strict on them when it came to school or leadership, just very disciplined. I think this person was taught to be very disciplined, and maybe they're very, like, hard on themselves, and maybe that's some sort of childhood trauma that they are, like, growing from, learning from, recovering from, that maybe they want to, like, talk to you about and bring up and talk to you about what they've learned, some sort of reflection they maybe had. I think something also specific is maybe how to run a business. Like something specific is like learning how to run a business of some childhood trauma or some sort of situation they maybe learned in their childhood that they may want to share to you or like talk to you about. I think also being able to be secure with your finances. They may want to have like a discussion about that with you as well. The next row we have is how they see the future of this connection. We have 8 of Pentacles. We have a lot of like Pentacles over at the end, which is kind of interesting. So they could definitely be seeing a lot of like abundance or a lot of wealth in the future for the two of you. I think this person definitely sees you as someone who is going to work hard after in the future. You're going to work hard. You're going to like become a master, start having some repetitive, oh my god, sorry. You're going to like repeat the tasks over and over again till you become a master. And whatever it is that you're trying to master at, this person sees that you're going to put the time in and put the effort in to become a master at it. I think this person also sees you're going to develop your skills and work really hard. And we also have hunger here. I think you both are like almost starving for this to quickly become this master at whatever it is. It's like you guys are like starving to become this master at this career or this passion or whatever this is. I think this person definitely sees that you are, though, you're chasing it and you're taking quick, fast motion towards it. And this person sees that being mirrored between the two of you. Like this person sees that you are also hungry for this success. So that's what I think this person wants, what they're thinking or how they're currently feeling about you. Let's see what other messages they may want to say. So let's channel for pile 3. Channel for pile 3. Channel for pile 3. This person could definitely have a beard. Channel for pile 3. And they could have a dog as well, or even a bird. Or, I mean, there's only one image of a fish. There's also like a snake in that illustration. We also have noticed the red flags, so. Okay, so what are some messages that can be shared for our beautiful pile 3 viewer? 1, 2, we got, I'm jealous of your wealth. This person could be possibly jealous of your wealth. You could also be jealous of their wealth. 1. but I think more specifically they're jealous of yours. 2, we also have give me a kiss. This person may want to kiss you. You smell great. This person may also think you smell really good. 1, 2, 3. You are so amazing, it scares me. This person might be very intimidated by you, and like, because you're so amazing, it scares them. You may also feel that way about them. 1, 2, 3. I'm so close to losing it. There might be something specific that they're like close to losing it. I think maybe they're dealing with a lot of pressure when it comes to maybe their parents wanting them to be rich and successful. That could be maybe like a lot of pressure on them. Maybe also so close to losing it, maybe when it comes to something with you. And let's pull one last message. We have, I'm tired and I've learned so much. Okay, let's pull some charms and words. And that will be the end of your reading, pile 3. Interesting that we got the number 7. You also got the Pegasus. Came out. And it fell onto the floor, so... let's see what words. I just thought of the word season or soon. We only got like 3 words here. There could be not a lot said between the two of you. We have the number 7, reflection. There could be a lot of growth with that and like giving me a kiss, like maybe some sort of reflection on that. We also have Queen Elizabeth II. And a little coin of that. We also have DS. There could be some sort of DS. I just thought of Diaz. There could be just something significant with that. We have the word indigenous. I just thought of indigenous creature. We also have infant. There could be something significant about an infant. We have COS. I just thought of see you soon. I also thought of SOS. We also have judge here. It could feel like you're like a judge. We also have SZ, and then we have a seahorse. And then we have the number 12. Could be significant. We also have a little heart here. And this person could really care about you, but I don't know if they know whether it's romantically or just friend, you know, friend-like. We also have a Pegasus, which makes me think of magical. And it's over the, you are so amazing, it scares me, so that could be something. So thank you so much, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!